On behalf of most women, I want to thank you because this is how I live my life, with this on my wrist.
It just seems so simple, right? It's just like a small hair tie, but like hair is just so emotional.
Cassandra Thurswell is all about going back to the basics. She's the founder and CEO of hair care brand Kitsch.
Hair care is really something from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep.
Growing up in the Midwest, Cassandra always knew she wanted to own a business.
So tell me where your entrepreneurial bug came from.
My stepdad had an orthodontic practice, and my mom and my stepdad worked together. They really fostered in us, like, if you want something, you can work for it. I ended up making retainers. It was such a fun thing for my sisters and I to do.
In her 20s, Cassandra branched out on her own and moved to Los Angeles.
I had had multiple businesses before Kitsch. Some were legitimate, some were not legitimate.
Give me a list of the legitimate and the non-legitimate.
I bought a spray tan machine and I was doing spray tan and I was doing like makeup, and then of course I did the babysitting. I started a scarf company with inspirational quotes on it. I had a jewelry business with my mom. Like, I tried all these different things.
While working odd jobs during the day, Cassandra took classes for manufacturing at night, and at 25 years old, she saved $30,000.
I thought, well, what is something that I personally reach for every day that could be improved, that it is part of my day-to-day routine? And that was a basic elastic.
Cassandra started creating handmade hair ties from her apartment, eventually launching Kitsch in 2010.
I would just go out there and go to salons and boutiques and do door-to-door sales. I'd get rejected, but I'd also get some orders. And when I got the orders, I'd get reorders. And that's how I built the business initially.
Cassandra began researching retail partnerships, and within the first few years, she landed the biggest one to date.
So was your first, I guess, major light bulb moment when you partnered with Ulta?
Yeah, absolutely. The Ulta partnership started with an email. I emailed the buyer, just a cold email, and I said to her, I started this business. I have some great hair accessories. We'd love to be in Ulta. And she was like, are you going to be at Cosmoprof? And I remember going back to my desk and being like, what is Cosmoprof? And I was like, a trade show. Okay.
Unable to afford a booth at the trade show, Cassandra did the next best thing and invited the buyer to lunch. But days before the meeting, her infant daughter got sick, so she enlisted help from her husband, Jeremy, so she could stay with her.
He went on my behalf, and I like threw him to the wolves, and it was because of him that we got an end cap at Ulta. In this fall, we're going to have a whole aisle at Ulta.
The hair care company has expanded beyond the basic hair tie, launching shampoos, pillowcases, and the viral heatless curling set. Today, Kitsch is doing over $100 million in business with their products in over 20,000 retail locations worldwide. And Cassandra has continued to build the brand without taking outside funding.
It was just built stone by stone. I wasn't in a rush, and people continued to come back. Then I just felt like it was enough for me, and it just kept growing and growing.
If you could go back and talk to your younger 25-year-old self, what would you tell her?
I have this quote that I just love so much and I really live by, and it's the secret to having it all is knowing you already do. And I feel like I would just continue to remind myself that the journey is the best part.
Oh. I love this story. And Cassandra says much of Kitsch's success comes from the feedback she hears from her customers about the different products. And we have some of them here. I want to say there are
product works well.
Yes, and there are tutorials on their social media. A lot of people ask how to use things. The thing about the hair tie is, and a hair tie cannot all be the same, as you know.
No, I don't know.
As you know, as you well know.
No idea.
When you put a hair tie in and you put it in right, you don't have dents in your hair the next day. So this is my second day hair because I use these hair bands and they're silk and they don't.
What? His second day hair. What does that mean?
Meaning I blew it yesterday, ouch, and then today it's the second day and it'll be a third day tomorrow, but because you use a proper hair band, there's not a dent in it.
Oh, well, I like your second day hair. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. I'm curious to hear what you think about third day.
Is that Is that just regular soap there in the front?
They have solid bars of shampoo and conditioner that go in the bag.
Oh,
So,
lovely.
yeah, and it's, eco.
I'm going to put these 3 on my wrist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you're good
Jill,
for a few
thank you
days.
so very much.
Yes.
All right. Well, then my 5th day looks the same. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.